Hello, we are here to unbox Plaguestone, or Fall of Plaguestone sets, Pathfinder 2 Plaguestone sets, and this is Area 2. This is the Mountain Pen. So let's check this one out. This is the biggest of the three boxes. This is mountain based. So each zone, each area was based. Ooh, we got some bubble wrap. Each area is sort of based on a different zone. So the first area is forest, the second area is mountain, third area is dungeon, and our third area is cavern, fourth area is dungeon. All right, let's start with these terrain trays first. Like big, heavy, hefty metal terrain trays. Woo! Yeah, it looks, any of you that have our sculpted Aerocliff floors, this is actually lifted from art from those Aerocliff floors. And Slice of the Lizard Queen approved.
And you updated that art still, right? You said it was lifted, but like
yeah, Janet did some trickery, but it originated as high-res photos of the actual art, and then she did some for Dark Wizardry. And we have on the backside there's some little acid pools, some puddles, because this encounter has a big pool of acid. Dun, dun, dun.
Do you want?
Maybe that's where your unicorn drinks from. Yeah.
You know what? My unicorns can definitely drink acid.
Acidic
They're very
unicorns.
resilient.
Let's see what we've got. So now we got some mountain pieces that should mesh really nicely and sit on this like champions. Let's see. Lizard Queen says yes. Slice. Boom. Hey. I like messing. So these guys, this is from our Thor line, which we're expanding in our current Wildlands Kickstarter. So this thing is neat. It's a little plug, right? So it could be a solid wall, could be a hidden secret door, or you could just use it as a cave and build some things. Whatever. In this case, actually, we mash it up like that. It's like a big cave entrance, and then this can become freestanding rock, or you can use it as like a step. These Thor pieces are some of our most versatile. Like you can just use. It's piles of rocks. Like you can use rocks everywhere. Like where can't you use a rock?
Yeah.
I challenge you to tell me in the comments where you can't use a rock. I want to know.
Yeah, Fast and Furious, Jumanji. I mean, come on, Scorpion King. Man.
The rock was great.
I used a rock and all.
Michael Bay approves. Says you can use the rock everywhere. Yeah. And these are the pieces that inspired our the Wyberstone that appears in the brand new Thors in Wildlands. I'm just talking about Wildlands because we're in the middle of a Kickstarter and it's like all I'm thinking about right now. Oh, these are neat little guys. I forgot we had these guys in here. These are our foam risers, little foam core. Oh,
we added these with Hellscape or Caverns Deep?
Hellscape? Question mark?
I know they're in Hellscape, and that's what I'm trying to say. Is that like I think that was when we started doing.
I think it was in Hellscape. I can't remember. Time blurs into like weird things. So these are foam, so they're light and affordable, and we use them. They're the thickness of a floor, so you can use them if you want to rise up. You know, if you want to like raise
against tyranny.
Up a floor. Yeah. Well, who doesn't want to rise up against tyranny? But if you're playing just a simple fantasy game, you want to do something, you can use it to elevate up one level. And save on pages. Also works really well with our banks, which we're about to open here. Because we wanted to just give a little bit of, like everything being super flat, not so exciting, but these little risers. Let's raise this one. Wait, don't take away the toys.
I'm not taking it away. I'm just pushing them so that you can.
Mom,
push them
don't take
off
my toys.
So that you can move the train tray if needed.
Excuse me, says, don't take my toys. Yes, fresh meats.
I love the color on the end of those banks so much.
Yes, it's an Aaron special, man. She's so we have. Oh, this is actually exciting. These were the large. These were in Hellscape. we popped them in here too. These are the large Caverns Bank pieces. These were originally slated for Caverns Deep. This one's bent. These were originally slated for Caverns Deep, and we had to cut them for piece count. But we saved them in the archive. We have an archive of pieces just waiting there. Put me in, coach. Come on, put me in. You can do this at the end if you want. So you can use this to we use these little foam risers, make little elevation changes.
Yeah, the foam risers were good.
They're, you know what? They're a very affordable way to go up a level, and we appreciate that because it's expensive.
You know, it should always have the potential.
So this is also a neat combo. We have a couple of Caverns pieces here to show how the Caverns pieces play really nicely with the Mountains pieces. And in this case, there's like an area off to the side that goes into a little cave where there's some terrible creatures waiting. Yeah, once again, because these Thor pieces, it's a bunch of rocks. You can use them everywhere. Very versatile. All right, we got two boxes. All right. Ooh, we're getting cliffy here. This is a big, heavy. This box rocks. Speaking of piles of rocks.
Yes, rocks. These rocks are light rocks.
So these are our Aerocliff pieces, original ones. You can use them to make a variety of escarpments and natural stone forms. And I like these guys they're workhorses. So you can do so much with these. In this case, cave curves. Straights. And these are the secret of these, which confuses people in the beginning often, is the cliff pieces have a dead side on the back. So most of our pieces, the dead side's on the bottom. Right, so these have the dead side on the back, so you can flip them. So it gives you more options when you're building. So you go, oh, maybe I want a bunch of grass, maybe I don't. You can switch it around. So you get the same shapes with two different ways. So if you do 3 straights in a row, you can flip them alternating, so it looks less repetitive, keeps things more organic. And then, of course, just to confuse people, this one has a dead side on the bottom. Because it didn't make sense. Like this one, you wanted to.
That's more of that's like a half elevation. This is the one that, so
exactly. But they all play together with the rest of these. So you can make neat bits. And this, of course, has the dead side on the bottom. So that's where we throw people. And this has the dead side on the bottom. So different pieces have different uses. But together, there's a family of awesome rocks that is
together. You can spell out, please help.
Yeah. SOS. That works though, right? Like
I feel like
it works. Like people have been rescued because they there was some guy right in Canada just this winter that was stuck in his cabin, and he wrote I don't know what he did. He was something giant. He wrote SOS in the snow and others, and they found him. It's him.
I mean, it's that thing where it's you think it's too simple to work, and then you realize, no.
Yeah,
it's exactly the right thing.
Yeah, let's test this out. We're sending Tyler out into the wilds.
Yeah. I'm in. Leave
See
New
if
York.
You can. It's a good time to leave New York. You're gonna wait for someone to rescue you, but everyone's just gonna be dead.
I'll just sit. Yeah, this is about right.
I am legend. You're like the last man on Earth alone in the cabin writing SOS every day.
SOS.
127 hours. I've been out here for 3 years.
I chopped off my arm, chopped off my leg.
Do that.
I wanted to. So this is a really neat. This is a cage set. So we have. So we have all these cool curved cages. So you can make big circles. In this case, we use them against the. You can use them here to pen stuff in. Mm-hmm. We have this neat, we have the door, this little hinge door. And you can put some straights over there, like a thing. And then we've got this little guy. This is the burst bars. So these are bonus. So you could have if this is in the in the corner here, whatever you could, either the monster that goes nuts and like bursts out, and you can swap out a straight one for the burst, or even worse, the players like stumble upon a thing and there's just the bars are burst and bent open, pushed out of the way, and what was in there and where is it?
The acidic unicorns.
It's the acidic unicorns. They come for you.
Crazy.
Unicorn prints, and there's a straight one with the door too.
I think I do love the cages a lot too. Like I think they're like.
Well, they're freestanding. You can put them anywhere.
It helps that idea of like, oh, if I want to do a coliseum or something like that, like you could use those.
A jail, a coliseum, anything
something.
like.
Especially with a curve and a straight, like.
You can also use it as a portcullis, or can just you can put it in.
Really?
Sure. You could. Not in a thing, but you could just put it in the hallway.
Oh.
If you have a dungeon hallway,
yeah.
you just put this thing down in line in your hallway. And
right.
It says is a portcullis,
Oh,
or you have it, or it's a locked door. You put it as a gated area in there.
You can do that in like the sewers too.
Yep,
I'm just
works
realizing
great in
that.
the sewers. No, these things can kind of sit anywhere. You can put them in your stone buildings to have
That's really cool.
the bailiff's quarters or something. There's lots of possibilities with those cages.
Put them on a boat.
Put them on a boat. You could put them on Nicholas and make Nicholas Cage, and him and the Rock could do something together. All right. Well, that's probably enough from us. I know when to go out. Face off. Face off.